Tony, what was yesterday like for you?
Hectic. You know, I think probably as smooth as can be considering how unexpected it was, but definitely a hectic day.
When did you find out the news about Brandon? When did you find out that you were going to be the interim manager?
Mike called me as I was walking in the building yesterday at about 10:30 in the morning. Asked where I was at. I was walking down the tunnels and popped his head out, pulled me in, and kind of gave me the news and kind of laid out, what we had ahead of us.
You've been here for now parts of 5 seasons with Brandon Hyde, and somebody I know you were very close with. What did you learn from him, and what are you going to take away from your time spent with Brandon?
Well, I'm in forever debt to Brandon. He gave me an opportunity. I was a 10-year minor league coach, which by today's standards might not be the longest time of coaching in the minor leagues, but by the standards of when I came in professional baseball as a coach, it's a little bit of time. So he pulled me out of there, gave me a shot here, him and Mike, and I'm forever grateful. And I think over the years, I think the biggest thing that he taught me was just the understanding of what the big leagues are. Is very much a different thing than the minor leagues or anywhere else in the world. And he really laid out how to function in a major league clubhouse, how to be a professional major league coach, among many other things. But, as I move forward, there's a lot of lessons that he taught me that I'll take with me.
Are there a couple of particular lessons that today resonate with you as you step into a new role?
I think the understanding of how hard the big leagues are. The big leagues are hard. We laugh about it all the time. It's a completely different environment than you can possibly imagine. And I think probably the biggest thing is just the understanding of the difficulties and the struggles and the pressure and all the exterior influences that the players have to deal with on a daily basis, and just trying to have the understanding and the patience for those guys to handle those things.
I know it's only been 2 days now, but as much of a sense as you have, what's your schedule going to look like versus in the past when you were out there hitting fungos, doing early work, working with infielders, to now when you're in charge of the day-to-day operations in a way?
The goal is to do the same thing and just try to time manage and work in all the new responsibilities at a different time. I do, as did Brandon, we value being on the field with the guys. I think that's where connections and relationships and trust is built, is out there between the lines. So we'll continue that. So that shouldn't change much. But they'll perhaps get to the field a little bit earlier than I used to. There's no doubt about that.
Still going to be hitting fungos pregame?
Have to. Yeah, have to. We got some good coaches that can do it, but I love doing that, and still have to coach the infield and help out Buck, be his assistant now, and make sure that Jackson and Gunnar and Westberg and all these guys continue to develop on that front.
You were a minor league manager for 4 years before getting into big league coaching. So your first big league managing job, but you have managerial experience. What is Tony Mansolino, the manager, like?
I think very understanding. I think being a bad player in the minor leagues and kind of going through that and the struggles myself, I think I'm very understanding to the difficulty of playing baseball really at any level. I think with that comes a lot of calm. I think with that comes patience. But I think also, if you go through my past and talk to people that I've been around, I think they would probably tell you that I'm pretty honest and pretty direct. I really do believe that when you tell a major league player the truth, in a positive fashion, I really do believe that it helps them move the needle for themselves. So it's going to be calm, it's going to be patient, but it's also going to be honest, it's going to be direct, it's going to be energetic, and just try to bring that every single day.
Your father spent a lot of time as a big league coach and around big league teams and front offices. Was this something that you were always destined to get into, baseball coaching?
Coaching, probably. My dad was a heck of a coach. He still is. He's a special advisor in Atlanta now, and he still has a lot of advice for me, advises me as well, along with the Braves. But I grew up going to the ballpark with him and being in the big leagues and the minor leagues and traveling around and seeing what he did. When I got done playing, I didn't want a real job, so naturally coaching was something that I had watched him do, and the path was there. He taught me a lot, and as he continues to. But destined, I don't know, but likely, probably.
I'm sure you spoke to him yesterday or this morning. Any particular advice he shared with you on how to handle these next steps?
Just be you. I definitely think, and we all know that every team, whether it's a youth soccer team or a Major League Baseball team, I think every team, every group of players will always take on the personality of the manager. So be you, be your personality, and I think over time they'll take that on, and hopefully it's all positive.
Obviously, the goals for the rest of the year win more games than you lose. Records aside, what are some of the things you want to see with this team and in this clubhouse that you'd consider a success over the next few months?
I think continue with a lot of the things that we've been doing here for the last few weeks. I know that doesn't sound the best because of all the losses, but I think there are extenuating circumstances that have led to some of the losses that are out of our control, and I think everybody can recognize that. But there's not going to be any wholesale changes in how we were doing things. We were doing things right. The ball just kind of wasn't falling our way in a lot of ways. So I think try to keep the consistency that we've had and move forward. I'm sure there'll be some small adjustments here and there, but nothing significant. Probably nothing eye-catching or nothing too noticeable. But just try to be as consistent as we can and continue to do what we have been doing.
Tony, thanks for your time.
Thank you.